all want to make money by doing something we love. If you could turn your hobby into your job, you'd never work a day in your life, right? Welcome to Hobby Hustle, the ultimate podcast where collecting passion and business collide. Now, here's your host, Zach Nigett.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 30 of Hobby Hustle. I am your host, Zach Nigett, and thank you for taking time to spend with us. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. If you're a new member of the community or you've been listening for a bit, please be sure to like, subscribe, rate us, and of course, share with your friends. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to leave a comment, share any thoughts or suggestions that you have. I greatly appreciate your support and hope you enjoy the show. Today's guest is an artist with an amazing story. He comes from humble beginnings and a passion for art. But it was his cousin asking him to help restore an old pair of Jordans that got him started. After perfecting his craft, he burst onto the scene, creating custom sneakers for a variety of high-profile clients that included over 100 NBA players. He took his passion for art and collecting and started a line of collectible art cards. He produces high-quality, beautiful cards featuring illustrations inspired by pop culture and sports. In addition, he has worked in a variety of mediums, including comics, large format pieces, apparel, and continues to evolve as he now has a deal in place with vinyl toy maker Thrilljoy. You can find him at collectible card shows across the nation, on live selling platforms like Whatnot, on social media at Kickstradomis, or his website, thekicksverse.com. I'm honored to welcome an extremely talented artist and entrepreneur, Sal Amezcua, to the show.
Hey.
Sal, how are you today, man?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, man. I really appreciate you taking time to join us. So thank you. I know you're busy.
Hey, man. Gotta keep working. Hustle.
There you go. Dude, so happy New Year to you. I hope the year's off to a great start, but you know, I know you're a Kings fan and they got off to a slow start. So I'm curious though, you know, they're starting to turn it around. What are your thoughts sort of on the rest of the season?
At first, I didn't know what the hell they were doing when they fired Mike Brown, but it seems to be working. I think they're playing happy. You know, they're playing like they want to win shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's looking good, man.
Good.
It really is.
Well, I was sad to see DeMar go. I'm a big Bulls guy. My son's favorite player is DeMar, but I'm happy that he landed with you guys. And like I said, hopefully it's turning around. The last 10 games or so, they're really starting to look like a totally different team.
Yeah, I mean, if they went tonight, I believe it's tonight against the Bucks. They're going to be 8 straight, so it's crazy.
We love it. Cool. So, hey, I always like to sort of start off my conversations with all my guests learning about sort of your collection origins. So can you tell us a little bit about how you might have gotten into collectibles and some of those sort of early memories?
Man, I was collecting trading cards when I was, I want to say like 6, 7 years old. You know, that back when like basketball card packs were like $3. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I started collecting. But then like somebody stole my collection when I was younger, and after that, I kind of like I was over it for a while. You know, like all that collecting and stuff, and it's just gone. And mind you, we didn't have a lot of money. I didn't grow up with a lot of money. You know, so when I got older and I started making money, then that's when I just jumped right back in. You know what I mean? So.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Kind of how it started, yeah.
And what's cool too is your collection sort of evolved. I mean, you mentioned trading cards, but you collect obviously sneakers and vinyl toys, and you've got a whole bunch of stuff in the collection, huh?
Yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. Like, and to be honest, like these past 8 months, I haven't really some Disney cards here and there and some Pokemon, but not really collected much. I've just been so busy like grinding and creating collectibles for everybody else, and it's kind of what I want to do, you know, from my vinyl toys that I've made, my canvas paintings, the apparel, you got the trading cards. I have my own trading card set. We've dropped about 6, 7 sets now, over 20 amazing artists included in each set. You know, you got, it's like an official like trading card set. So not aside from the premium drops, there's a whole nother world of stuff that I create. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. It's really inspiring, to see your story. And I'm looking forward to sort of letting the audience, know about that a little bit more as we get into it. But before we dive into sort of that business beginnings, are there any sort of items that you're really chasing or any sort of grail pieces that are missing from the collection right now?
Man, I've spoiled myself so much in the past. I don't think there's anything that I really need. Yeah, I think I have everything. I think now it's all about just buying stuff for my kids and just creating dope shit, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is for me now.
I love that. That's awesome. Very cool. Well, so hey, obviously you mentioned that you started out with not a lot of money and sort of some humble beginnings. Can you tell us about sort of those early years before you sort of broke in as an artist?
Yeah, man. At 25 years old, I already had my first kid, and I was living on my cousin's couch because I really didn't know what direction I was going with my life. It was really like rock bottom. I was working at Finish Line, the shoe store, but I was also paying child support, so they were taking most of my checks. So I was only making in LA. It's crazy because I was only making about $240 every 2 weeks. That's enough to pay my cousin for the futon that I'm staying on, or the couch I was staying on in the living room. Not much else for anything, but yeah, that's where I was grinding at. I've been doing art since I was 4 years old. I've been painting and all that stuff, but I just couldn't find my way. I didn't have really any direction. School wasn't really for me. It's not how I like to do things. So I mean, I'm just everything is self-taught. I've done so much research to get where I'm at today. I've messed up a lot of shoes, you know what I'm saying? Like just learning. But yeah, man, one day one of my cousins that was spoiled and actually had a lot of shoes, he had a little bit, like, his life was a little more fortunate than mine was. He came up to me one day and was like, yo, I got these Jordans, they're getting old, cracking, do you think you could like try and fix them? So I did some research and I started restoring shoes. That's kind of how it all started. I was restoring shoes. I went from making about $230 every 2 weeks to $800 cash under the table every week. So at that point, from where I was at before to where I was at after that, I felt rich. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
able to like put food in the refrigerator. I didn't have to just keep knocking back ramen cup of noodles and shit. You know what I mean? Like it was different. I was able to take my son to buy toys and stuff. So it was like really it was a really good time. And mind you, I wasn't making that much, but shit, to me it was a lot, and
Yeah.
yeah, I just ran with it, bro. And that was when I was 25. So I mean, I'm about to be 38, so it's been over 13 years now. Just grinding, 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 and none of it came easy. You know what I'm saying? For me, especially, you have to put in twice the work, bro. To get any respect and traction, and I've been able to inspire like tons of people, tons of artists. In 2016, I was on my way to SneakerCon. I had a huge setup, a huge booth. It was my first big event. I went Saturday, it was great. Sunday was going to be better. I was on my way and I got into a huge car accident on the way to SneakerCon. And the car accident kind of put a big halt on my career because it really messed up my lower back. I went to the doctor. They said, you can't keep painting. You have to do rehab and get your back right. And I said, okay. But, I went back home and I just kept grinding because this is the only way I'm making money, bro. There
Yeah.
was no other way until it finally got to the point where I felt it. And, I had to hang it up for a while, and I went to rehab. I went through a depression stage because all I had was my art, and I gave up. I gave up, man. I had 100 and something thousand followers on Instagram, but knowing that I had to put it down and start over for a while, I couldn't take it, man. I logged out, made it private, didn't look back for a whole year. After rehab, I got probably one of the hardest, like, hard labor jobs I ever had in my life, and it was I was working at a refrigerator warehouse in charge of like the humidity room. So mind you, I was going into like 10-degree and then -0 degree like temperatures, and then going into a humid room that's really hot back and forth. So I got very sick several times. It was a very stressful, wear and tear job, but it's what I had to do. Swallow my pride. I had a kid, so it's
Yeah.
like you got to do what you got to do. I was there for several months, and it was at the point where it's like, if I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna work my ass off and work myself to the top. So that was the trajectory. That was the mission. It wasn't even about art anymore. I was already looking past that, and I wasn't making much. I didn't have a car, so Uber drives every day. Child support, bills, all that stuff. So I was working from 4 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All these overtime hours, I wasn't seeing them because everything was getting taken from me. But it's one of those things where it's like this is what you're gonna have to do if you're gonna provide for your kid.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I hated it, bro. I felt like I deserved better, and it just drove me to the point where it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna log right back into my Instagram and see what's up, give it one more shot.
Yeah.
I had lost like 40,000 followers in that span because people were like, mind you, all the people I was cool with, all the people that I helped grow in the industry, all the artists that looked up to me, that I paved the way for them, all the kids that were, it's just a number of people that were friends, never checked in on me once after the whole accident and stuff. There was only
Hmm.
a couple people that I kept in touch with, and that just showed me who's real. You know what I'm saying? So when I came back, I had lost 40,000, but on Instagram, when you make yourself private and people are trying to follow you, the moment you make it public, it accepts everybody, right? So when I did that, that's when back in the day, you were able to go on a website and see who are the most influential people that follow you. And that's when I found out that Carl Anthony Towns, Hassan Whiteside, R.I.P. the homie Twitch, Fabulous. There were some really big names that were trying to follow me while I was away, and that's because a lot of blogs were still posting my work, my sneaker work.
Okay.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot my shot. I sent a DM to Carl Anthony Towns. At this time he was already a star. He was the up and coming star. He had Rookie of the Year. It was like 2 years into his to his
Career. Yeah.
career. And I was like, yo, Cat, like, I can't believe you're following me, bro. Big fan. Basketball is my main sport. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's all day is basketball. So the fact, I sent him a whole paragraph, bro. I kept it 100. I was like, you know what? I'm at the rock bottom of my life right now, and I'm trying to just pick the pieces back up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you give me a chance, I would love to paint you a pair and see what you think, right? And within 5 minutes, dude got back to me, bro. I couldn't believe it. It was just crazy. He was like, yo, I can't believe you're hitting me up. I love your shit. He's like, where you at? I was like, I'm in Cali. I'm in LA. He's like, oh shit, I'm in LA for the summer. Why don't you pull up this week? Let's chop it up and see what's up. So this was all happening super
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, oh shit, if I'm gonna make a comeback, this is gonna be the best comeback of all time. So within that week, I was chilling with him at his summer house. He bought me dinner. We were chilling 6 hours, bro, just shooting the shit. And he wanted to like fill me out and see like if I
Yeah.
was genuine. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people try, even me now, like a lot of people try to take advantage. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very, you got to tread lightly, bro, and you got to
Totally.
read people and see what's in front of you. And I've had to learn a lot because I've been taking advantage plenty in my career. But yeah, man, he was like, you know what? I like your story. You're an underdog. I'm gonna rock with you. He's like, I got my Nike contract, and this could get kind of rough for me, but I'm gonna rock with you. I'm gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? So he did that, man. He sent me a huge box of size 20s, like 15 pairs to start with, and he said, just do your thing, and when you send it, I'll wear them, no questions asked. Bro, I was working from 4 to 4 o'clock, get home, paint for 4 hours, go to sleep for 3 hours, go back to work, do the same thing every single day, bro. I wasn't making no money off these shoes. It was just on the strength, like, yo, this is my opportunity. So you're
Yep.
gonna put that work in if you want to get out of this hole. So he wore every single pair, bro. He wore the first pair in China when he had a preseason game against the Warriors, and that shit got a lot of visibility. But people didn't know who made the shoes yet. It
Right.
was just like, damn, those are fire, but there was no way to like pinpoint who did it. The moment that really changed my life was in Halloween 2017, I would say.
Okay.
2017 Halloween. I was like, yo, Cat, this is gonna be a big game. This is a big time to do something crazy. so let's do something special for Halloween. Like, what's your favorite, horror shit? He said, Jason. I said, oh, that's easy, bro. You got a size 20 canvas. It's like almost painting a
Oh, so
canvas.
you got like a mural on that shoe.
Yeah. So the way that I create is really different from a lot of people, bro. Like, I don't mock up shit. Like, I just, like, in my head, I see it
Mm-hmm.
and I just go to town on it. Like, this is what it's gonna be. All right, let me start creating. Like, I don't even want to see it on a mock up. I just want to bring it to life.
Sure.
And I was like, all right, perfect. So I did this pair that had Jason holding the Nike swoosh like a machete, had blood on it. There was fog going through the shoe, blood. Like, it was like, looked kind of dirty on the midsole, and it just worked perfect. And that pair went extremely viral. I didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
I only had social media on my phone. So before the game even starts, I'm talking about pre-game shoot around. He's wearing them, practicing outside. It's going viral already. Like, sports centers posting it. You got all the biggest sneaker blocks posting it. You got Twitter going crazy. I'm actually getting tagged on this pair. Like, he made sure that they knew who made this pair.
That's sick.
And this was the moment where, like, everything shifted, right? During halftime, Sports Center, ESPN, they were all had segments where they were like, yo, this is the sneakers of the year. Because nobody was doing custom sneakers for NBA players, bro.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So it was the first pair that really just blew up. And it was every week I had a pair that was sneaker of the day. Sneaker of the day. Every week that I had a player wearing. So it started with Cat.
Yeah.
He did that for me. It blew up. It went viral. Next morning, going to work, 4 a.m, my email is flooded with people asking, how can I get this pair? I made this huge like paragraph, copy and paste. Yo, this is exclusive pair. I'm only gonna make X amount of shoes. It's gonna be $850. I never charged that much in my life, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, go for it.
$850 a pair. I supply the sneaker. Here's my PayPal. Act fast before they're gone. I went into work. I had to take breaks, act like I'm gonna take a shit, bro. Like, that's the only way I could check my phone because there's no service in there. So I keep going to the bathroom like I had the runs, and every time I look at my phone, bro, there was like money in the PayPal. Like, the first time I checked, there was $6,000, bro. So I was like, damn, that's a lot of money, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I went back to work, took another break real quick. We're at $15,000, bro. I'm almost making more than I make a year in here. But I did not feel comfortable yet to quit because this job was like the
Stable.
income,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
stable income, you know what I'm saying, to provide for my son and myself. And next time I come, 20 grand. But the moment that changed it was when I got an email from ESPN and they were like, yo, we would like to interview you over the phone in the next hour. Are you available? And I said, fuck yeah, you know what I'm saying? I went back to my post, man. I took off my vest, I took off my walkie-talkie, put it on the table, and I just walked out, bro. I took my last Uber home, and that was it, bro. I never looked back. And ever since then, I just kept grinding. I had enough money to hold it down, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna buckle up, and I'm just gonna go ham, bro." Now it's all day, every day, just grinding on shoes, and I was just whipping and like just kicking out custom sneakers, bro, that just kept hitting his blogs, and it's just going crazy. And I wasn't charging my boys shit. It was just all the money and the publicity on the back end. That's what I was focused on. Like,
Yeah.
harder I grind, the more money's gonna come in. And then it was a snowball effect. Next thing you know, DeMarcus Cousins was texting me. You got Montrezl Harrell texting me. And when I started doing all these other players, they started introducing me to their circles. So like there was a game where Montrezl Harrell hooked me up with tickets, and then he hooked me up with tickets to meet up with him after the game. And he's there. He's like, yo, hold up. I got somebody for you. I want you to meet. He brings Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell comes. Me and Donovan Mitchell get cool as hell. Donovan Mitchell was already killing it at this point.
Yeah.
First year, he's already killing it.
Yep.
I start doing his. It goes crazy. He's in Utah. Then it's like Rudy Gobert was like, yo, what the hell? I need some. So I did some one piece joints for him. Then I started doing his. It got to the point where I did the entire Timberwolves team, the entire Jazz team. I was doing Damian Lillard was in my inbox. I was doing Luka Doncic when he was in Spain, bro. He hit
Wow.
me up before he even came to the NBA. I've been cool with him since before the NBA, bro. Like me and him are still cool. He got his shoe with Jordan, so like a lot of that stuff like kind of stopped because they're like, yo, we're gonna push
You
your
kid
shoe
your
and
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
dick, and that's how it goes. But at a certain point, bro, I was doing every superstar in the league. Like I was the guy that they were like, yo, you need something like this? Here's the guy. Here's his number. Here's his Instagram. You know what to do. Agents hitting me up left and right. Then I started doing brand deals with Amazon Prime Video. One of them was like 250 grand deal. I had remember I told you I was only eating cup of noodles.
right.
It was a full circle moment because cup of noodles reached out. I got $25,000 to do one pair and do a giveaway with cup of noodles. So this is all
That's
like just
awesome.
really crazy, man. And it has not slowed down. The only time it slowed down was COVID. COVID kind of messed up a lot of things,
Yeah.
and it forced me to really reinvent the brand and like figure out like what am I gonna do now that nobody's getting sneakers. Like there's nobody's getting. So that's when I got back into trading cards. I
Hmm.
started doing trading cards. I was selling trading cards. I had like a fucking casino going on my Instagram, bro. Like I didn't care about anything. I was just making money. Probably didn't look good, but people was like, I had hundreds of people watching the shows. They were sending money. We were doing like blackjack and everything, bro. It was just crazy. Like just Pokemon cards, sports cards. It didn't matter. Like I was just doing it. And once COVID ended, then I was able to get back into my art grind. And now it's so much more than sneakers, bro. I was able to
Yeah.
rebrand myself because I didn't want to be known as just a guy that paints shoes. I wanted to be known as an artist,
Yep.
and now I've been able to take this entire journey to where it's at right now, and be a part of this art card community, which is still fresh. You know what I mean? There's only so many names that are top of this mountain, but there's so many new people coming in.
Hmm.
And for me, it's a little different. There's a lot of egos in this, as you may know, a lot of really weird egos. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to say it, bro, because I've dealt with this like in the sneaker world, in the
Hmm.
art world, and now I'm dealing with it here. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of guy that just I've learned to keep my head down, stay focused, keep grinding, and just keep it neutral with everybody. I'm not here to start drama, and I'm not here to deal with the drama. I also am different in the sense where I want to empower and help other artists grow, and I've done that with my trading card sets, and I'm doing it now with this. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
I'm not afraid of other artists creating dope shit, bro. Like I had nobody hold my hand to get where
Yep.
I'm at. I had nobody teach me anything. It was just, you're gonna learn it on your own. And
Yep.
that's where we're at now.
Well, that's so inspiring, Sal. And I mean, obviously being self-taught from humble beginnings to blowing up, like what a cool ride and cool story. And, I mean, people can find your shoes if they Google your name and look online, but those cat pair in particular are pretty special, man. Those things were super dope. The way
Thank
he
you,
was
bro.
holding
Appreciate it.
that Nike symbol. But, to your point, you are really inclusive. And I think it's important to have that sort of abundance mindset. It's like if everybody grows together, it's a rising tide and everybody wins. And to your point, there are people who definitely, have egos or don't feel the similar way. But, part of that is coming together as a community, not just of card artists, but artists in general. Right. And I'm excited, you're going to be a part of the West Coast Card Show with me at the After Hours Artistry. Whether or not you'll be there, we're going to figure that out because I know you got some potential big plans, but your work will be there no matter what to be represented, which is really cool. And I appreciate you, taking me, as a friend, right? Like we met through social media and stuff, and you've been nothing but cool to me, and I really appreciate that. I sort of want to get into a little bit more nitty gritty of how you pivoted from, the kicks, like you said, into the card art space, and I know that you have your card set, but we're talking more about these, what you call your luxury card art. Can you tell us a little bit sort of how that evolved and came to be?
Well, it's funny because I was doing custom Funkos for a while, and
Okay.
I've had I bullshit you not, bro. These Funkos would run from $10 to $20, and I've customized them, put my spin on it, made custom boxing, and they've gone in auctions for over 4 grand, you know, for a Funko. So that's just a little backstory on like my brand and the value of my art, you know,
Yeah.
because a lot of people that are in the art card scene haven't really done the research or know jack shit about what I've been able to accomplish in my actual career outside of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, my network's pretty extensive, bro. I've done some crazy stuff to the point where I got like Ice Cube, T-Pain, people like that in my phone, you know, like I'm not the type of person to like name drop or like
Yeah.
really just go out there and flex and shit. Like you've seen me work. I don't do none of the extra shit. It's
Hmm.
just this is what it is. It's very fun and rewarding, bro, to know. And I've still to this day, after all this great stuff that I've been able to accomplish, I've still haven't been able to really sit back and soak it all in. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
just no time, bro.
Yep.
Like as an artist, like, and I support my entire family. You know, I take care of my kids, my girl, everything going on here. My other kid is in LA. He's 14 now, so it's like a lot of people depend on me.
Yeah.
So I don't have time to like really just fuck around. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like the grind, and you're only gonna make what you put out.
Yep.
So
No.
yeah, that's what I do. And yeah, so you know, doing the Funkos, I invested in myself and buy myself a really really like expensive good printer. So I learned how to do certain things, and it got to the point where I was making my custom boxes, the labeling and everything, and I was like, yo, man, like I could do this shit on cards, and this is before this whole card art boom, bro. Like I've been doing cards for over 2 years, but never publicly on my Instagram. You know, like I built this huge following on Whatnot,
Hmm.
uh, just off that. You know, not even pushing stuff on my social media. And now that I'm doing the cards on social media and all that, like my entire fan base is now getting involved. So that's why it's been such a really seamless and easy like transition into this world where not only am I getting these collectors that have been collecting card art, but my collectors are coming into the world too. And it's actually, you know, if these other guys really thought about it, I'm doing the entire community a favor, man. Like I'm over here pulling like all these people and exposure into this card art scene, you know, like, and I'm gonna start doing collabs with people and stuff. So it's, you know, it's all about helping this community grow, nothing else, you know, nothing more. It's just let's keep it going. You know, of course money's good, you know, it keeps the
Sure.
lights on,
Yep.
but it's what can I bring to this community, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Well, and not only are you, I think, helping grow the community with the card art stuff, but specifically, the quality of product that you're putting out is top notch and phenomenal. Like you said, obviously, it shows that you have some experience with package design because, from your boxes to the cards themselves are gorgeous to your slabs to you've got, custom stands with your, Kickstradomis K logo. It really is top notch, man. And you're definitely setting yourself at a level, not that there's tiers and hierarchy, but your product speaks for itself in terms of its quality. So huge props to you.
appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, of course. So, it's interesting. You mentioned, Whatnot specifically, but you've had a lot of success, with sort of this live selling. Can you tell us a little bit about how technology has sort of helped you sell products, be it Whatnot or Discord or, any other platforms?
Yeah, man, technology, whatnot is crazy because it's free. You know what I'm saying? Like it's free. Yeah, they get their cut. It's a pretty big cut sometimes, but it's still free. You know what I'm saying? And us as creators, like if you're putting out dope shit, like there is, you know, obviously expenses, but the expenses aren't that high for what you could create if you have a consistent following and you're putting out consistently good work.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So all those expenses are, you know, accounted for, and you know, it allows me to just keep creating dope shit. But yeah, auctions, live auctions are amazing because people, you know, once you build that demand, you never know what something's gonna go for. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
That's cool. And so I guess what role sort of has Discord helped play? Because I know that's sort of like new, Whatnot, live selling, that's new as well. But those are sort of things I think people know a little bit more about. I think Discord is maybe a little bit more sort of underground, if you will, or just sort of being discovered by a lot of people. So can you sort of just tell us a little bit about what that has meant for you and your brand?
I have two Discords. So I have my original Discord, which is crazy. There's over 600 people in there. This is
Okay.
all based off my trading cards, the shoes, everything, like
Okay.
toys, everything. But then I've created channels for artists that I've worked with that worked under my umbrella for the trading cards. I give them my platform to be able to share their art, their products, their streams all through my Discord. So it just continues to grow, and that just goes to show you, like, I try to put on as many artists as I can,
Yeah.
and that Discord is popping. But the new one that I just created for the premium cards is going crazy right now. I just started it like a week ago, and like we're almost at 200 people in there, and it's just growing every day. And it's just a really cool way to keep a community together. There's a few different Discords out there. Mine's a little different just because of how I am and who I am as a person. A lot of the people that buy from me and that have communicated with me, the people in my inner circles, all those people, they're kind of like shocked at first, like, yo, you got 1 million followers on social media, and you're like taking the time to like communicate with us
Yeah.
and like really like connect. And that's something that's been huge for me in my career, is being able to connect with my people and the people that are supporting me, and show them that I have love for them and I respect them, and I really want to build. And I think that's like one of the main things that resonates with a lot of these people, and that really makes them feel like, yo, I want to support this guy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I have in my community. I try to keep in touch with them every day. I shoot the shit. I'll be talking some dumb shit in there, but they're all on the same wave, man. We're just a bunch of DJs at the end of the day, just bullshitting and having fun, man.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
you
what
keep
I.
it real, man. And that comes through, like you said, in your brand. And that's, part of what makes you, so approachable and so desirable, because it's not just your work that is phenomenal, but it's who you are. And like I said, man, like, again, you and I just met on social media, and, we've built a relationship, but like, you've just been really cool to me. And I was a nobody to you, and so that just, is proof of the pudding that like you're a stand-up guy, you keep it real, and you putting in the work with something that you're passionate about, and that rewards people, man. So, you're
Appreciate
doing it right for sure. And just so the audience, because maybe they don't all know, so Discord, or think of it as sort of like a private server that's sort of like a chat room. The different channels that Sal had mentioned are sort of like different genres that you can go in for topics to talk to about different things. So there might be like a general chat room, there might be a drops to let people know about what's coming up. So these are things that you can join for free, as Sal
Well,
had
also,
mentioned.
I
Yeah.
do giveaways too. So like
Okay.
my premium cards, like I've
Yep.
done one already. That card probably in the secondary market is gonna be one of those $1,000 cards, bro. Like
Yeah.
that, there's people going crazy for that Richie Rich. I just put up the Princess Nami. That the giveaways are free, man. Like I can't stress it enough. These people, all they gotta do is join the Discord and
Yeah.
press that button, and they
Yep.
enter the giveaway. So it's not like I'm charging you for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is just me giving back to the community that has taken care of me and has me where I'm at right now.
Yep.
And I'll be doing those consistently, but we're also working on the on our community auction tab, so people can auction off like Kicks pieces. There's a huge buy sell trade market going on already. So it's really fun, bro, and yeah, it's free.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
best part.
awesome. It's awesome. And as far as numbers, I want to also just explain to the audience too, because they might not be aware, like you have 1 million followers on Instagram, right? Over 1 million followers, which is massive. But you were saying, oh, I have, a couple hundred in this Discord and 600 in the other. So that might not sound like a lot, but you got to also remember that in most cases, these Discord servers, these are like passionate fans and people, and they're active in your community. So to have 200 to 600 passionate fans means a lot. And like you said, you go on there and you put something up for sale, or you give them some, tips about what's coming, or a giveaway. Those are active people. And that's a big difference between what social media is, where it's just sort of like passive sort of relationship, with your followers, versus Discord, which is a very active relationship. So again, I know you and I know this, Sal, but I just want to make sure to those who are listening, they're like, what are they even talking about?
Yeah.
So that's awesome, man. Well, so speaking of innovation, you've constantly evolved, like you sort of have told us. So in addition to the sneakers, the cards, I know you dropped a comic last year at Comic-Con. You've also started a partnership with Thrilljoy. So can you talk to us a little bit about the Thrilljoy partnership, as well as maybe some of the other stuff that people might not be aware of?
Yeah, man. So Thrilljoy, Brian Mariotti, man, like he was the man that created Funko. Like he was one of those masterminds behind it. He's a genius, and I've always wanted to work with him as that Funko, but it never happened. But I found out it's because of so many things. Like they got like a board of directors now. They went public. There's a lot of people's hands in the basket, so
Mhm.
it's not that easy. But when I met him for the first time was at San Diego Comic Con when they had the Thrilljoy event, and we took me to the back of the office, and he was like, "Bro, all these other people, I don't know who the hell they are, but you, I've known who you are for years. I've been wanting to work with you forever, and this is our time." So they made me a partner in the company.
Wow.
I have shares in the company, and now not only that, they gave me kind of like a creative direction role, and I'm doing design work. I'm designing some of these. We're gonna have some Kicks, Thrilljoy collaboration projects. There's gonna be a lot. There's a lot of stuff underway that I haven't been able to say yet, but
Sure.
it's crazy, man. Like for Brian to be like, "Yo, what you think about this? You think this works? What can you put your spin on this?" Like, it's crazy, bro. Coming
Yeah.
from somebody like that, and a lot of the people in the community already know who I am because of the custom Funkos I was doing and what I did for the community. So it's been really rewarding, and I'm very excited. It's a new company, but it's popping, man. And we got some special things in store like that. We can't. Within the next coming months, it's gonna get crazy.
I
And
love
then
that.
aside from that, you know. Steamboat Willie became public domain last year. So I created my own edgy modern take on it and called him Drippy Willie. He got a little spray can skateboard, whatever it is. He's more edgy, like streetwear, eccentric type Drippy Willie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I made the comic book, and the comic book went crazy, bro. Like I didn't know how it was gonna be received because I haven't been in the comic world like that, mind you. I have a couple like first official comic covers. Kevin Eastman is one of the homies, bro. Like I did a Ninja Turtle cover, and he chose me to be one of the guys he wanted to do a stream with, and it was
Sick.
very successful. To be able to say I was able to do a Ninja Turtle official comic cover, that's amazing for me. No matter all the celebrities, athletes, companies that I work with, like being able to say, "Yo, I did a Ninja Turtle comic cover" is crazy for me because
Dude,
that's
we
just
grew up with that stuff, man.
yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
my
like you
shit,
said, like
man.
little Sal, sitting there at
Yeah,
whatever 8 to 10
it's
years old to
crazy.
be able to be like, I'm gonna draw a comic book cover of that one day. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So now you fast forward to last year, San Diego Comic Con. I made over 30 bands, like just fucking selling comics of my new comic book. And now we got MegaCon coming up, and it's like, yo, like there's even more Drippy Willies gonna be hitting the market. I got other artists trying to get in. I got other comic retailers trying to get a Drippy Willie book, drop release. So it's crazy, man. Like and as an artist, it's what you strive to do is create different products that you created, make different products that you created, and when people like receive them the way that they have, it's just very rewarding, bro.
Heck yeah.
Because it's a lot of work. A lot of people don't know how hard I work, but I'm always working, bro. Like with the premium card drops, I bullshit you not. I got like 8 drops already prepped for the next 8 drops, and I keep making more.
Yeah.
And I'm not the type of guy that's like, oh, I'm gonna sell them and then I'm gonna make them. No, everything's made.
Yep.
Everything's made. I am very confident that they're gonna sell out. The trajectory, the way things going, it looks like they're gonna sell out every time. So
Yep.
I'm not even worried about it.
Yep.
And if they don't, I'm not worried about it either. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody else that would gladly appreciate one of these pieces. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
No,
yeah,
totally. I mean, kudos to you on that too. And I do think that's important, specific to the card art thing. I think you and I have similar views, right? Like, and I know some other artists do too, that like, I make all my stuff ahead of time. I shoot photos of it, right? And it's like, hey, like this is made, this is ready to go. And when you place an order, in most cases, like by the end of that day, I have it in the mail sending to you. It's not like, oh, wait a couple few weeks, like I'll get it to you. But again, like having that confidence, and I'm not saying I'm anybody, right? But just to be like, hey, I'm gonna put this out there. If it sells, awesome. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. And honestly, because a lot of the stuff I know, both of us are doing very limited edition stuff, like I'm actually okay, if I can hold on to a couple pieces, because then when I go do a show, I actually have inventory.
yeah, yeah.
So that's cool, man. So, obviously, Sal, it's amazing story. You've evolved, you've had all this success across a variety of different mediums. You have multiple revenue streams. I'm sort of curious though, like what sort of strategies do you think have helped you become so successful besides obviously a really good work ethic?
Man, it's just, well, the main thing is you got to stop worrying about what everybody else thinks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys are too worried about what everybody on the outside is thinking. Like, the moment that you just let that go and you just focus on your craft and you just keep working at it, just know you can get better. You never know everything. Like, I'm still learning, bro. Like, there's still other shit that I'm like, oh damn, that's sick, I'm gonna try that. But yeah, man, is hard work ethic, and just like, don't worry about everybody else, and don't be afraid or lazy to go out and learn shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
too many people like are asking me for the sauce without putting in the legwork. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put in all the legwork, bro.
Yep.
Nobody gave me no sauce. Like it was just, okay, man. You got YouTube, bro. Like, YouTube got everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got YouTube, you got Google, and you got like trial and error. Like,
Yep.
try different things. Like, create your own style, make your own path.
Yep.
And that's the best info I could give somebody, bro. Is just put in the work, do the research, and just have fun while you're doing it too. The
Yep.
moment that it's not fun for you anymore, it's probably time for you to get out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think that's a big piece of it too, right? I mean, like you said, you were doing the refrigeration job, because you had to support somebody, but you hated it. And like to have to wake up every day and go and do something that you hate or that you just dread, that that's just such a suck on who you are. And this is for anybody, right? Like you're saying, it's not just artists. Obviously, it affects artists quite a bit, but anybody. So it's finding that passion and then, going full force and chasing that, no matter what that path might look like. It's okay to take that jump. I think that's really good advice, Sal. That's awesome. So, obviously you had some struggles early on, but you've had a lot of success obviously after that. I'm curious, some of the strategies you mentioned that have helped you be successful. Conversely, what are some of the challenges that maybe you've had to overcome to this point, and sort of how have you gotten past those?
Challenges, man. Damn, it's there's a lot of challenges, man. Like,
Yeah,
nothing comes easy. I'll tell you
yeah,
that right now.
yeah,
And I mean, the first challenge was just like I said, like letting all those people, the haters and the opinions, like, just forget about them. Like, look past them and just don't worry about it. That's probably was the hardest thing. But after that, it was pretty chill, bro. I mean, challenge wise is just learning, bro. Like, just keep learning, and I've been very fortunate enough to get to a point today where, like, I'm able to utilize my graphic design skills, my airbrush skills, paintbrush skills, drawing, everything, all into what I'm doing today. So some of these people are outsourcing, some of them people are outsourcing artists. That's the difference between me and everybody else, is everything is done within these walls. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, from the printing to the creation, the hand craftsmanship, marketing, all that, me, bro. Like, it's just me. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Like I said, I'm just like so in awe of everything that you've been able to accomplish. And you mentioned earlier that you didn't necessarily take a step back to sort of reflect on everything. So I'm going to ask you, what has sort of been the favorite part of your professional journey so far?
It would have to be that Halloween pair, and the day I quit, bro. And I bullshit you not, the first purchase, because I was sleeping on a futon during that time, and my
Yep.
aunt's, she had converted a garage into my crib. And the first, like, real purchase I made with that money was a bed, bro. Like, I bought myself a comfortable bed, and I said, I'm never gonna sleep like that again. And thankfully, I never had to, bro. You know.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I love that, man. So very cool. Well, Sal, this has been awesome. And we're starting to end our time together. But I am curious, positive aspects, goals for the next 12, 24 months. Can you sort of tell us what's on the horizon and maybe what you're most excited about?
Shit, man, there's so much cool shit that I can't say. I'll tell you right now. But currently, I'm working on something with Nike to take me to the NBA All-Star game
Hell yeah.
and bring the collectible card art game into the NBA and Nike. And I'm gonna put on for us all, man. I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be huge.
Wow.
Just think of the biggest Nike NBA athletes with kicks right next to him, bro. like but it's happening, bro. We got something special lined up. Yeah.
That's amazing. I cannot wait, and I'm sure the audience will be excited to learn more about that. And I appreciate you giving us just the taste, because I know that I'm sure a lot of that's under wraps. Well, hey, so before I let you go, I ask all of my guests, if you could give one piece of advice to aspiring artists and entrepreneurs, sort of what would be that sort of one golden rule that you'd tell them?
Have fun. Just have fun, man.
Perfect.
Don't worry about everybody else. The art is subjective. If somebody likes it, they're gonna buy it, bro. That's it.
I love it. Yep. True. Very true. That's very true. So before I let you go, people who've been watching obviously can see, but shameless plug for yourself. Where can people find you? Can you tell them where that is?
Yeah, man. Kickstradomis on Instagram, Kickstradomis TV on YouTube, and Kickstradomis on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it now. But definitely, if you're on there, you could reach out or look at my Instagram stories, because I'll do teasers on certain pieces on my stories. But I'm always putting the Discord link in there for everybody to get a chance to get in there. So definitely there.
I love it. That's awesome. And a shameless plug for you and I, again, Friday, February 14th at the West Coast Card Show. We're going to do a artist and collector gathering. We're calling it After Hours Artistry. So after the show, West Coast Card Show has provided us a room for artists to come together. I'm really excited. Like I said, Sal obviously has some things in the works. So if that comes up, there's a priority there. If not, he'll be there. But no matter what, you guys come check out some of his work, because it will be on display. And we're really excited to have him up as a part of that event. So Sal, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time, man. I know you're super busy, but you truly are an inspiration, not just to myself, but I think to a lot of people out there. And I just, taking the time to share some of your knowledge, your ideas, your stories, it's been really special, man. So I want to say thank you. I want to wish you a happy and healthy new year. And I'm really excited to see what's in store for the upcoming year, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Awesome, dude. Thank you. I will catch you out in LA here, or Ontario, hopefully at some point soon, man. You be well.
All right, brother.
Thanks. Bye. Everyone out there watching, thank you for taking the time. I hope that you learned something new, found some inspiration, and enjoyed the show. And if you did, please be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and of course, share with your friends. And remember, keep collecting, keep hustling, and we'll see you next week on Hobby Hustle, where collecting passion and business collide. Thanks so much.
Hobby Hustle is brought to you by Collector Creative. If you're a collectible brand or company looking for help with marketing, branding, design, or development, head over to collectorcreative.com and drop Zach a line. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, connect with us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at collector_creative. And be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time on Hobby Hustle, where collecting passion and business collide.